All right, everybody. It has been a little over 3 years since my surgery. I had surgery September 26, 2022 on my scapholunate ligament tear. And it was a complete rupture and had to have complete reconstruction on my right wrist, my dominant wrist. And so there's been a handful of y'all that has commented and looking for updates and everything. So figured I would give one last update. It's been probably over a year since I've given an update. And anyway, so what I'll do is I'll show you kind of where I am in my range of motion with my wrist compared to my good wrist, just to give you an idea, just in case if you are looking at having to have this surgery. One thing I will recommend is multiple opinions. So get 2 or 3 different opinions. That's one thing I did not do. I did not go to multiple surgeons to get their opinion on what they thought the best course of action. Now I had a complete tear, 100%. You know, I don't know if anything different could have been done, but that's probably the only regret I have, is that I wish I would have gotten multiple opinions. I was expecting to be able to get my range of motion back for the most part. The doctor did say that you probably won't get it back fully, but you should get most of it back. I did not get most of it back. And I'll show you here just a couple things. So good wrist, up and down, and then bad wrist. It's maybe 5% up, and then down maybe about 40% or so. So if you look here, down there, and then upwards there, and so. Now, good bit of pain is still there. It gradually has declined over the last 3 years. For the first 2 years, the pain was pretty intense. And even now, the pain gets pretty intense when I force my wrist back. That's a lot of pain. I have gotten a handful of steroid shots over the last couple of years during recovery. It's probably been 8 months or so since I've gotten my last steroid shot to help kind of numb the pain and so forth. So my last checkup was also over a year ago, and basically they said arthritis has set in. Whether that's from surgery, whether that's from not being able to move it, or whether I even did a good job on my recovery. I think I did, but you can probably always do better. So anyway, good bit of pain as I push that wrist up, and the more I move it and use it, the more pain I have. So I'm at the point where I just deal with it, go with it, and it is what it is. So that has stopped me from doing some of the workouts that I enjoy the most. My favorite workout is the Olympic lift, which is the squat clean, and I'm not able to do that anymore as far as the way it's done correctly, as far as catching it up on my wrist. I can do lighter weight. I can do 135 pounds, but I have to let go of the bar and drop it and kind of catch it like this, because you got to be able to catch that thing like this, and that wrist just it does not go back. So anyway, I'll show you a couple of things here that I guess my adaptations. One are push-ups. I do push-ups on my knuckles now. And here's my wrist wrap that I always use. I actually had my wife made these back when I was doing CrossFit and everything, and to help protect the wrist, and now I wear it on this one wrist anytime I'm working out. And let me show you here again, just to show the lack of range of motion. So good wrist here, and then bad wrist. Again, that pain, it's hard to describe. I want to just push this thing down and just break it. And that's what my kids say. They want to just push it down and break it, but it just don't. See here. That's as far as it goes. So I'll put my wrist wrap here on, and I'll just do kind of a couple things here. So we'll do some push-ups. Again, I cannot lay that hand flat, so I got to go on my knuckles. All right, so the other issue I have with the wrist is this movement here, side to side. This one, maybe, I mean, literally 1 to 2%, if at all. See, back and forth, and it just don't move. So, where that comes into play, using dumbbells, and the wrist being able to balance as it needs to. These are 25-pound dumbbells. Again, so I'm gonna hold this right here. See how my arm goes forward. See here, I can go here. But when I try and do here, that wrist here, I literally cannot move that dumbbell at all. It does not move. So if I'm doing dumbbell work, like on a bench here, an incline bench, it's lightweight. I think the max that I've been able to do is about 35 pounds. These here are 25 pounds, and so I'll just do a few presses here. You can see the movement or lack thereof with the wrist here. So at this point right here, again, I can move this, I can balance it. On this right side, it does not lift. So basically that thing is resting on my hand. And that's one of the reasons I can't go very heavy. So I can't lift that thing up. And it's again, getting back to the range of motion that is that's needed in the wrist, up, down, left, right, and it's just not there. So, and basically take that and apply that to every workout. If you're doing an exercise or an activity or a movement that requires that wrist to be able to flex and extend. For me, I've had to adapt, and that's from working with my hands, using hand tools and so forth, to being able to grip. Now my grip has improved. It's gotten stronger over time. Again, as I've continued to exercise and work out and everything, it has gotten better, but again, that grip strength is still not completely there, and I don't know what kind of percentage that is on that, but we'll see if I can demonstrate that here. All right, so this is going to be grip strength here. This is a 20-pound dumbbell, and use 20 pounds because it's basically the max that I can go. So what I'll do here, I'm going to use my left hand, and I'm going to grip it and lift. No issues. So I can hold that pretty much as long as I want. And then my right hand is going to take everything I have to lift this thing up and hold, if I can get it. Well, I did it a few minutes ago. So I lifted it there just for a few seconds. But it's everything I've got to lift. And I don't know why that is. I think most of that grip strength is lost in the thumb. That thumb was locked down during recovery. I was in that cast for 3 months. Let's see. Again, that's 20-pound dumbbell. I can barely hold, so. All right, so anything straight wrist I can do. Don't have any issues with pull-ups. I definitely, I go to the gym. I like to work out at the house, but I don't have machines. I don't really have a cable set up. And so I've used a lot more of machines that allow me to stabilize. It's machines, cables, again, depending on the angle and gripping, if anything pressing, there's a decent amount of pain there. Anything pulling, really no pain. Main thing is just grip strength. So anyway, if you end up having to have this surgery, again, I recommend getting multiple opinions on surgery and likelihood of outcome. I would do the research on the surgeon and the success rate of their patients having had surgery. And I know my surgeon, he said that it is the worst injury to have in the wrist. It's the most difficult surgery to perform, and it is the toughest to recover from. So if you have that scapholunate ligament tear, it's a long, tough road, but don't give up, and I wish you the best as you go through it and experience it. So hope this helps, hope it was informative, and hope it gives you something to think about, look into, and everything. So this will probably be my last update on the wrist, unless I end up having some kind of huge advancement in this. So y'all have a good one.